God has done a lot of amazing things in about the last 3 years. My mom went into a coma, and I was her healthcare proxy, and had to make some hard decisions. And I had to tell her doctors that I know she's not afraid to die, and I'm not afraid for her to die. And she went to be with the Lord. And what I didn't know was that about 6 months later, I found out that I had pancreatic cancer, totally out of the blue. And they told me that I had maybe 6 months to live. I was stage 3 advanced and inoperable. They said, well, we have this hard chemo that kills most people, but you're starting off in good physical shape, so what's your options? You know, I could die or I could die. So I said, well, we'll try it. So I did that in the summer of 2020. This was all right after COVID hit, and they put me on 3 different oxy meds for pain. They did a bunch of things, and all of a sudden I got a heart condition, which I'd never had before, that was gonna take me out. It was caused, we didn't know whether it was from the cancer, from the chemo, or from the pain meds. So I said, well, I'm gonna stop the pain meds. This was one of the first miracles, was to just get off of these oxys. I did it cold turkey. It was like trying to pull an angry cat out of someone's lap. That stuff did not want to let go, and it was a couple of weeks of feeling like my head was going to explode, and I found out why millions of Americans don't get off of those drugs. But I thought, I'm not going to go backwards, I'm just going to keep going forwards. And one of the things that just amazed me was that God kept me from fearing. I can't take credit for that. I was sad that I would have to perhaps say goodbye to my wife and my kids, my grown kids, and at that time I had just one grandson, and I didn't want to leave them. But God gave me a peace, and we went forward with the different things, and the chemo reduced the lump inside my pancreas enough that I qualified for surgery. They had to do a heart surgery first. They did the chemo surgery, the Whipple procedure, and it was a whole big deal. And even after the surgery, I'm 9 days in ICU in November of 2020, and a few days into it, the doctor, my cardiologist, said we're gonna have to do a procedure the next morning, a cardioversion, to stop this rogue heartbeat you've got. And so that night of November 11th, while I'm in ICU, hooked up to all these things, 10:36 p.m., I died. And sorry. And I was awake the whole time. It was really weird. Alarms went off, nurses came rushing in, doctors came rushing in, and I had somehow, it was weird. I felt like it just like this electrical thing went to up above my left eyebrow. I don't know what that was. It was like an old TV you turn off and it goes to a little ball in the center, and then that disappears. And I didn't know what was going on, and they expected to see me coded, and I wasn't. And they even like wanted to prove it to me. They printed out my cardiac monitor, and they go, look, you flatlined for 3 seconds and then started again. And I go, and my cardiologist said, well, we're gonna cancel that procedure for tomorrow morning because it's been done. And I said to my unsaved cardiologist, I said, I'm okay with calling that a miracle from God. And he goes, well, yeah. And it was God, I think, showing me that he's in charge of my life and my heart and how long I'm here for. So after a bunch more, I'm early 2021, I'm declared fully in remission, and a month later it came back. And so right while we were moving from California back here to Virginia, and they tried this different chemo, and that's what made my hair, eyelashes, eyebrows, facial hair, everything fall off, really weak. God just has done so many miracles, and now I haven't had chemo since December. I've been declared to not have any cancer. And I was told I was in 7% survival category out of the starting gates. And most people just don't make it with pancreatic cancer. And that in itself is a miracle. And none of us know how long we have. You know, we can all get hit by a bus or a meteor, and we don't know. And so I've wanted to take my time seriously. And God's so far allowing me to do stuff, and I'm really grateful for that. You know, some people don't make it from cancer, and some people do, and why, I don't know. But if God has given you time, whether it's a short amount of time or a long period of time, use it to serve Him and thank Him for the things that He's done. I know it's easy to ask God for things, and we want to be like that one of 10 lepers that came back and thanked God for the healing and the answered prayer. And if I could encourage you with one thing, all of us in Christ, it would be that. Thanks.